Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the only thing standing between you and your biggest dreams is the voice inside your head? The voice that says you're not good enough. The voice that whispers it's impossible. But tonight I am here to tell you one truth: nothing is impossible when you believe in yourself. Think about it. Every great achiever in history was once told, you can't do it. Every innovator, every leader, every game changer faced rejection, failure, and doubt. But they had one thing that set them apart: an unshakable belief in themselves. So I want you to ask yourself, what would happen if, starting today, you stopped doubting and started believing? What if you stopped listening to the world telling you what you cannot do and started telling yourself what you can do? Stay with me, because by the end of this speech, you will see that self-belief is not just a mindset, it is the key to achieving the impossible. The power of a single thought is greater than we often realize. Every great achievement, every revolutionary idea, and every life-changing decision begins with one simple belief: I can. Yet too often, we dismiss that thought before it even has a chance to grow. We are conditioned to doubt ourselves, to hesitate, and to question whether we are capable. But what if we stop for a moment and truly consider the impact of our thoughts? What if we understood that a single shift in mindset has the power to change the course of our lives? Everything we see around us, the tallest skyscrapers, the fastest machines, the most advanced technology, was once just a thought in someone's mind. Before there was action, before there was success, there was belief. Someone somewhere decided that an idea was possible, even when the rest of the world did not see it. They did not have proof, they did not have guarantees, but they had conviction. And that conviction was enough to turn dreams into reality. The problem is that most people never give themselves the chance to see where their thoughts can take them. They let their minds be filled with doubt, fear, and negativity. They tell themselves that success is for others, that they are not smart enough, not talented enough, not lucky enough. And because they believe these thoughts, they make them their reality. They never take the first step, not because they can't, but because they've already convinced themselves that they won't succeed. But here's something to consider: every time you say, I can't, you are choosing failure before you even try. You are making the decision to hold yourself back before the world ever gets a chance to challenge you. And if you make that choice enough times, it becomes a habit of self-doubt that keeps you trapped in a cycle of inaction. On the other hand, imagine what happens when you choose differently. Imagine what happens when you tell yourself, I can. In that single moment, you open the door to possibilities. You give yourself permission to try, to learn, to grow. You shift from a mindset of limitation to one of opportunity, and that one shift, that single decision, can set off a chain reaction that leads you to success. There is incredible power in how we speak to ourselves. The words we repeat in our minds become the foundation of our actions. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you will never succeed, your mind will look for evidence to support those beliefs. It will highlight every mistake, magnify every failure, and remind you of every time you fell short. But if you choose to believe in yourself, if you choose to tell yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you can figure things out, your mind will find evidence for that as well. It will remind you of your progress, of the challenges you have overcome, of the strength you have shown in difficult times. People often wait for proof before they believe in themselves. They think, I'll believe in my abilities once I see results. I'll believe in my potential once I succeed. But that is not how belief works. You must believe first. You must trust in yourself before the results appear. Success is not what gives you self-belief. Self-belief is what leads to success. There are countless stories of people who achieve the impossible simply because they refuse to believe otherwise. The greatest athletes, the most brilliant scientists, the most inspiring leaders, none of them started with certainty. They started with faith. They started with a thought, a belief that maybe, just maybe, they could do something extraordinary. And that belief fueled them. It gave them the courage to take risks, to face failure, to push forward, even when the world told them they were wrong. Think about the people you admire. Think about those who have accomplished things that seem incredible. Were they always the best? Were they always the smartest, the strongest, the most talented? No, what they had was an unshakable belief in themselves. They did not let doubt dictate their actions. They did not let the fear of failure stop them from trying. They believed in their vision, and they kept moving forward, even when no one else saw what they saw. This is why self-belief is the foundation of everything. Without it, talent goes unused, ideas remain unspoken, and dreams fade away. Without belief, nothing begins. But with it, anything is possible. It is not about having all the answers. It is not about knowing exactly how you will succeed. It is about trusting yourself enough to take the first step, to keep going when things get difficult, To hold on to your vision even when the world tries to shake it. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you believe you can, you will find a way. If you believe you can, you will find an excuse. The choice is always yours. So ask yourself, what do you want to believe? Because whatever you decide will determine the direction of your life. The world around us constantly tries to define who we are and what we are capable of. From a young age, we are told what we should do, how we should behave, and what we can or cannot achieve. Society, traditions, and even the people closest to us unknowingly impose limits on our dreams. They tell us to be realistic, to lower our expectations, to stay within the boundaries of what is safe and acceptable. And without realizing it, we start internalizing these limitations. We start believing that we are not meant for greatness, that we are not special, that success is reserved for a select few. But here is the truth: no one has the right to define your potential. No one, not even those who love you, can see the fire that burns inside you. They do not hear the silent dreams that keep you awake at night. They do not feel the passion that pulses through your veins. Only you know what you are capable of, and only you have the power to break free from the limits placed upon you. The most dangerous thing about external limitations is that they are so subtle. They do not come in the form of a direct command. They come in whispers, in doubts, in the well-meaning advice of those who are afraid for you. They say, "Are you sure this is a good idea? Or maybe you should try something easier." They remind you of the risks, the failures, the statistics that say the odds are against you. And without realizing it, you start questioning yourself. You start thinking, what if they're right? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? But ask yourself, who decides what is possible? Who decides what you are capable of? History has shown us time and time again that the people who achieve the impossible are the ones who refuse to accept the limits imposed by others. Every groundbreaking invention, every revolution, every story of triumph comes from those who ignored the voices of doubt and chose to believe in their own vision. They did not ask for permission to dream. They did not wait for approval to start. They decided that they were enough, that their ideas mattered, that their dreams were worth fighting for. Think about the people who have changed the world. Did they succeed because the world encouraged them? Did they rise to greatness because everyone around them believed in them? No! They succeeded because they refused to let anyone define what they could or could not do. They succeeded because they trusted themselves when no one else did. There will always be people who doubt you. There will always be voices telling you that your dreams are too big, that your goals are unrealistic, that you should settle for what is easy and familiar. But here's what you need to understand: most people do not doubt you because they want you to fail. They doubt you because they do not have the courage to chase their own dreams. They have accepted limitations in their own lives, and they project those same limitations onto you. They do not believe in themselves, so they struggle to believe in you. But their doubts are not your reality. Their fears do not have to become your fears. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced resistance. They have been laughed at, criticized, and told they were wasting their time. But the difference between them and everyone else is that they did not let those voices dictate their actions. They kept going, not because it was easy, but because they knew that their dreams were bigger than anyone's opinion. They knew that success does not come from seeking approval. It comes from having the courage to stand alone when necessary. So the question is, will you let others define your path, or will you take control of your own destiny? Will you allow yourself to be boxed in by expectations, or will you break free and create your own story? The choice is always yours. The world will try to tell you what is possible, but in the end, you are the only one who gets to decide. You are the only one who truly knows your potential. And when you stop listening to the noise, when you stop seeking validation, you will realize that the only permission you ever needed was your own. Life is full of challenges, and every person, no matter how strong or successful they seem, has faced obstacles that tested their limits. These challenges come in different forms: failure, rejection, loss, disappointment, but they all have one thing in common: they make us question ourselves. They make us wonder if we are truly capable, if we are strong enough, if we are worthy of the dreams we once believed in. It is in these moments that most people give up. They convince themselves that the struggle is too hard, that success is not meant for them, that maybe they were never meant to achieve great things. But what if the challenges in life are not meant to stop you? What if they are designed to make you stronger, to prepare you for something greater? What if every struggle is an opportunity in disguise, a lesson that is shaping you into the person you need to become? The truth is, no one has ever achieved anything extraordinary without first facing difficulties. Every great success story is built on a foundation of setbacks, failures, and hardships. But the people who succeed are the ones who refuse to be defeated by them. Most people view failure as the end of the road, as proof that they are not good enough. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It is through failure that we learn, that we grow, that we gain the wisdom and strength necessary to achieve greatness. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than most people have even tried. They have faced rejection, humiliation, and defeat, but they did not let it break them. Instead, they used those experiences to rise higher, to come back stronger, to prove to themselves and the world that they were capable of more than anyone believed. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is resilience. It is the ability to keep going even when everything seems to be against you. It is the refusal to give up no matter how many times you fall. Most people give up too soon because they do not realize how close they are to success. They face a few setbacks and decide that their dream is impossible, not knowing that if they had pushed just a little further, they would have reached the breakthrough they were waiting for. Challenges are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to strengthen you. Every time you overcome a difficulty, you become more resilient, more capable, more prepared for the future. The struggles you face today are shaping you into the person you need to be to achieve your dreams. If everything in life was easy, there would be no growth, no transformation. It is through hardship that we discover our true potential. Pain and struggle are temporary, but the strength and wisdom you gain from them last a lifetime. When you go through difficult times, when you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the dreams that set your soul on fire. Remember that every obstacle you face is just another step on the journey toward your success. The people who make it to the top are not the ones who never struggled. They are the ones who never gave up. No one can promise that life will be easy. No one can guarantee that your path will be free of challenges. But one thing is certain. If you refuse to give up, if you keep moving forward, no matter what, nothing can stop you. You have the power to overcome anything life throws your way. You are stronger than your struggles, greater than your failures, and capable of achieving more than you ever imagined. The only way you can truly fail is if you stop trying. So when life tests you, when you feel like the odds are against you, remember that every great success story begins with struggle. Your challenges are not your enemy. They are your greatest teachers, shaping you into the person you are meant to become. There is a moment in every journey where doubt creeps in like an unwelcome shadow. No matter how strong you are, no matter how determined you feel at the beginning, there comes a time when you ask yourself, am I really capable of this? That voice in your head tells you that you are not good enough, that you do not have what it takes, that the challenges are too big, the obstacles too overwhelming. It reminds you of your past failures, of the moments when things did not go as planned, and it tries to convince you that you are wasting your time chasing something that may never happen. But where does this voice come from? Why is it so loud when you are about to take a step forward? The truth is, doubt is not a reflection of your ability. It is a test of your belief. It does not exist to stop you, it exists to challenge you, to see if you are truly committed to your dream. Everyone who has ever achieved anything great has had moments of doubt, moments when they wondered if they were good enough, strong enough, smart enough. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not that successful people never doubt themselves. It is that they do not let their doubts control them. Doubt is like a fog. It makes things seem unclear, uncertain. It convinces you that failure is inevitable, that success is reserved for other people, that you should give up before you embarrass yourself. But just because you cannot see the road ahead does not mean it isn't there. Just because you are uncertain does not mean you are incapable. The only way to clear the fog is to keep moving forward, step by step, even when you do not have all the answers. The only way to silence doubt is to prove it wrong. Most people assume that confidence comes first, that you need to believe in yourself before you take action. But that is not how it works. Confidence is built through action. It is earned through experience. You do not become confident by waiting for the doubt to disappear. You become confident by taking action despite the doubt. Every time you push past fear, every time you keep going, even when you are unsure, you build proof that you are capable. And the more proof you build, the quieter that voice of doubt becomes. Think about a time in your life when you faced something difficult but overcame it. Maybe it was learning a new skill, speaking in front of a crowd, or taking a risk that scared you. In the beginning, you were uncertain, you were nervous. You may have even thought about giving up, but you kept going. And with every step forward, you became stronger. That is how self-belief is built, not by waiting to feel ready, but by acting even when you are scared. The most successful people in the world were not born fearless. They did not wake up one day with unshakable confidence. They built it by facing their fears over and over again, by refusing to let doubt dictate their song. They understood that fear is a part of the journey, not a sign to stop. And that is the mindset you must adopt if you want to achieve your dreams. You do not need to have all the answers right now. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to take the next step. Doubt will always be there, but so will the choice to believe in yourself. It is not about eliminating fear. It is about learning to move forward despite it. The people who achieve the impossible are not the ones who never doubt themselves. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt win. There is a force within you that is far greater than any obstacle you will ever face. It is the power of persistence, the ability to keep going despite the hardships, the failures, and the setbacks. It is the inner fire that refuses to be extinguished no matter how strong the storm. This force is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate, something you strengthen every time you decide to rise instead of stay down. Most people underestimate the power of persistence. They think talent alone is enough, that intelligence or luck will determine their success. But the world is filled with talented people who never achieve their dreams because they give up too soon. It is not the smartest or the most talented who succeed. It is those who refuse to quit. The ones who keep pushing forward even when they feel like they have nothing left to give. The ones who see failure not as a reason to stop, but as a reason to learn and grow. Every great success story is a story of persistence. Look at any inventor, any entrepreneur, any athlete, any artist who has reached the top, and you will find someone who has failed more times than they can count. You will find someone who was told they were not good enough, not capable, not worthy of success. But instead of believing those voices, they kept going. They faced rejection after rejection, loss after loss, and still they did not stop. Because they knew something that most people do not. Failure is temporary, but quitting is permanent. The road to success is never easy. It is filled with obstacles designed to test your commitment, your strength, your belief in yourself. There will be moments when everything seems to be against you. When your dreams feel too far away, when the people around you doubt you, when your own mind tells you to give up. It is in these moments that your true strength is revealed. Will you listen to the doubt, or will you push forward? Will you allow temporary failure to define you, or will you use it as fuel to keep going? The truth is, every failure brings you one step closer to success. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. Every setback is preparing you for something greater. But most people never realize this because they stop too soon. They quit before they reach the breakthrough they have been working for. They see challenges as roadblocks instead of stepping stones. They believe that struggle is a sign that they are not meant to succeed, when in reality, struggle is the very thing that shapes them into the person they need to become. Success is not about how fast you reach your goal. It is about how many times you get back up when you fall. It is about having the courage to keep moving forward even when you feel like giving up. It is about understanding that persistence is not just an action, it is a mindset, a way of life. The people who achieve great things are not necessarily the ones with the most resources, the most connections, or the most talent. They are the ones who refuse to quit. The ones who wake up every day and fight for their dreams, no matter how many times they have failed. The ones who keep believing in themselves even when no one else does. Think about all the times in your life when you wanted to give up but didn't. When you pushed through the pain, the exhaustion, the doubt, and came out stronger on the other side. Those moments are proof that you are capable of more than you think. That you have within you the strength to overcome anything life throws your way. That persistence is not just something you admire in others, it is something you already possess. No matter how difficult your journey gets, no matter how many times you feel like you are failing, remind yourself that every step forward counts. Every time you choose to keep going, you are proving to yourself and the world that you are unstoppable. That nothing can break you. That you are not just dreaming, you are building, you are growing, you are becoming. There is something inside each and every one of us that determines how far we go in life. It is not just our talent, intelligence, or the opportunities we are given. It is something deeper, something more powerful. It is our mindset, the way we see the world, the way we see ourselves, and the way we respond to the challenges that life throws our way. The truth is, your mindset can either be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. It can either push you forward or hold you back. The question is, which one will you choose? Most people live their lives trapped by their own thoughts. They believe that success is for other people, that they are not lucky enough, smart enough, or talented enough to achieve great things. They tell themselves stories about why they can't, why they shouldn't, why they will never make it. And over time, these stories become their reality. They stop trying. They stop believing. They settle for a life that is far smaller than what they are capable of. Not because they are not capable, but because they have convinced themselves that they are not. But then there are others. People who refuse to accept limitations, who refuse to believe that their circumstances define them. People who choose to see possibilities where others see roadblocks, who look at failure not as a sign to stop, but as a lesson to learn. These are the people who change the world, not because they never face challenges, but because they never let those challenges define them. They have the same fears, the same doubts, the same struggles, but they make a different choice. They choose to believe in themselves. They choose to push forward no matter what. Your mind is incredibly powerful. It can create your reality or destroy it. It can lift you up or pull you down. The thoughts you feed will determine the life you live. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you will never succeed, then that will become your truth. But if you choose to believe in yourself, to see challenges as opportunities, to replace fear with faith, then nothing can stop you. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world, it is against yourself. Against the doubts, the fears, the insecurities that try to keep you small. The problem is most people wait for the world to believe in them before they believe in themselves. They wait for validation, for approval, for someone to tell them they are worthy. But if you rely on others to give you permission to chase your dreams, you will be waiting forever. You do not need permission. You do not need approval. You only need to decide that you are enough, that you are capable, that you are ready, even if you do not feel ready. Think about all the people who have achieved incredible things. The inventors, the entrepreneurs, the leaders, the athletes, the artists. Do you think they all started with absolute confidence? Do you think they never doubted themselves? Of course not. They had moments of fear, moments of uncertainty, moments when they questioned everything. But they kept going because they understood that their mind was their greatest tool. They chose to train it, to strengthen it, to fill it with thoughts that empowered them instead of thoughts that held them back. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not luck. It is not intelligence. It is not talent. It is mindset. It is the ability to keep moving forward, to believe in yourself even when no one else does. To see failure as a lesson, not as an identity. To know that every challenge, every setback, every obstacle is shaping you into the person you need to become. You have to be willing to rewire your thoughts, to replace self-doubt with self-belief, to challenge the negative stories you have been telling yourself for years, to break free from the mental chains that have been holding you back. Because the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the story you keep repeating in your mind. Change the story and you change your life. You are capable of more than you think. You are stronger than you realize, but you will never see that strength unless you push past the limits your mind has set for you. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for all the fear to disappear, because that moment will never come. The only way to change your life is to change your mindset. And the only way to change your mindset is to take action, even when it scares you.